Okay. Location 1A classroom. Finally, it's lunchtime. I'm starving already. I've been hungry too, Tomoe-kun. You have a lunchbox for today? Yes, you too? Let's eat together. Huh? I see. You got so hungry that your stomach's growling, right? Your lunchbox is a little smaller. Do you want me to share mine with yours?
あれ
No, it's fine. In the first place, that wasn't me. I thought it was the sound of Tomoe-kun's stomach.
Eh?
No, it wasn't me though. Who was it? It was a pretty loud noise, so I don't think we were hearing things.
Tetora?
Tetora, is your stomach hurting? Are you not feeling well? Should I escort you to the infirmary? No, I'm not feeling bad, so it's okay. But since I have nothing to eat for lunch, I have to contract the muscles in my stomach. If I lose my focus, it'll sound like before.
Ah,
So that was you, Tetora. Wait, what do you mean you have nothing to eat? If you're saying that you forgot the money, I can lend you. I didn't forget it, but today I made the lunchbox on my own. Oh god. That's cool, isn't it? Mine are made by my parents. Should I learn from Tetora for once? For once, oh god. No, after all, I ended up failing. That's why it's not cool at all. Throwing it away was such a waste. I tried to eat it just one bite, though it was so hard that I couldn't eat it. Us. I'll think of this as spiritual training and endure it. I want Tomoe-kun and the others to eat without worrying about me. Tetora, I'll share my lunchbox with you. Take whatever you like, meat or fish.
どうぞ
Go ahead and eat from mine too. However, since it's been cooked from leftovers, it's not very luxurious, but it's packed with lots of love. Oh, what's up? What's up? Tetsu-kun, don't you have any lunch? Yeah, that's tough. So I blessed you with side dishes too. Meat? Fish? Or do you want meat? Just kidding. Stop shaking the desk.
もっと
Oops, sorry Midori-kun. Today's lunch is vegetables, I expected. Let's go ahead and taste it. Munch. Delicious! Really? Tetora-kun, you can eat too. I try not to eat much, so I don't mind even if it decreases a bit. Everyone. I've been blessed with such good friends. I won't forget this favor for the rest of my life. Oh god, that means he's gonna cook for them. By the way, Tetora said that his parents go to work early in the morning, right? So does that mean you occasionally have your food made by Kiryu-senpai? That's right. He said it's not much work to do for one more person. Even so, I feel guilty for troubling him. So, to express my gratitude, I cooked something to bring in here. But when I cooked the meat, it turned black like burnt coal. This way, Taisho wouldn't be pleased. You burnt the meat so much that it looks like burnt coal? That's incredible in some way. I'm not familiar with cooking, but if it's meat, it'd be good if it wasn't cooked that much, though. So, how about that? That's right. Never cooked dishes with big meat like steak, so I don't know. But I don't think it's necessary to cook the piece of meat until they turn black. That's right. You're good at cooking, so how about teaching Tetora? But I'm not good enough to say I'm proud of it. I'm bad at teaching by myself, and I'm not fit for it either. Is that so? If it's you, it seems like you would teach carefully. You overestimated me too much, Tomoe-kun. I remember. I remembered it when we were talking about cooking. It seems that a cooking contest will be held at school. I'm sure people confident in their skills will participate, so how about getting taught by them? The people in the cooking contest.
いいっすね
That's right! I want to learn from them. I want to cook food like those people. Aren't you eager? Rather, how about Tetora participates in the competition? Uh-oh.
えーっと
Please, wait a moment. It's written in the requirements that the contest must be competed in pairs. The applications are closed yet, either. They're recruiting both judges and contestants. Participants can decide their recipe for a challenge beforehand. Since there's a lot of recipes, I wonder if you can choose from among these.
えーっと
If I pair a person who's good at cooking, is it possible even for me? But look at all of them look difficult. If possible, dishes laid to meat be fine though.
は
And how about sogayaki? You just have to put on sauce and fry it. I think it's an easy one. Chopping lettuce to garnish with vegetables or decorating with cherry tomatoes will look good too.
うっせ
Thanks for the advice. If my dish becomes better, maybe even Taisho could eat them too.
おっす
I'll participate in the cooking contest. It's not manly to face another way in the road of hardships. I'll crush them.
たはは
You shouldn't crush them though.
でも
But, well, since Tetora says he'll do his best, I'll support him. So, who are you gonna pair up with? As far as I know, Taisho's cooking is the best. I want Taisho to eat a dish cooked by me though. This time, I want him to eat a decent dish, to thank him for everything. So, I'll ask Anego. Anego's cooking is really delicious too. That's Anzu, but it's like a... what's it called? Honorific. Besides, she said to rely on her if there were any trouble. By borrowing Anego's strength, I'll show you how I can make decent food.
燃えてきたっす
Oh god. Anzu's gonna have a hard time by herself. Cooking by herself. 2A. I wonder if Anego's here.
お
Ah, there she is. Looks like she was about to leave the classroom just in time.
おーい
Anzu, Anego, can I have a minute? Yeah, thanks. Well, you see.
じゃあな
Okay, you're in my way. Don't just stand in the doorway. Come on, move it.
おっと
What? Sena-senpai.
チーズ
Right. I gotta agree with my seniors. Cheese! Sena-senpai.
は
What the hell is cheese? It's hello. This is why I can't stand kids with no discipline. Alright, one more time. Give me a proper greeting.
うっせ
Osu? Sena-senpai? Hello?
あ
Sena-senpai, you're a third year, right? This is a second year classroom. You got something to do here? Yeah, so what? You want me to tell you what it is? I'm the highest grade here. You need the right attitude if you're gonna ask me a question. Who do you think you are, huh?
すいません
Sorry if I was rude.
ちょっと
Sorry? I apologize, right? Seriously, why don't you even know manners? Irritating. If we had time, I'd love to teach you from the bottom up right now. What's that, Anzu? I'm going too far. It's my hobby to pick on underclassmen. You know that. Since I picked on you a lot too, right?
いいけどね
Well, whatever. I don't want to waste my time on brats with no manners. You asked me to open up my after-school schedule for you, so I did. Don't you have something to say to me?
よしよし
There we go. You were able to say thank you very much. I like kids who know how to be polite.
あれ
Huh? And Anego, you're the one who had something to do with Sena-senpai? Practice for the cooking contest? You're gonna participate in the cooking contest, Anego? With Sena-senpai?
あ
This kid's cooking skills has been hit rock bottom for quite a while. I couldn't stand it, so I've been giving her special lessons. Both me and Anzu have been pretty busy lately though, so I haven't been able to watch her over her so often. But seeing she's been doing special training on her own, she enters a cooking contest to show how much she's improved.
まあ
It seems that you have to enter the contest in pairs, and though it's a pain, I have some responsibility as the one who taught her. Anzu, if you pair with me, we'll claim victory for sure.
ね
There, seems like you get it now. They say the eyes are a window to the soul, right? I can tell from looking at your eyes right now.
えそうっすね
I see. If you're both going, then you can definitely win. I'll be cheering you on. I don't look that excited. I guess I can't fool you, Aniko. Actually, I'm planning on entering the contest too, and I was thinking of asking you to be my partner. No. No need for you to say sorry, Aniko. There's still time for the contest, so I'll ask someone else. Alright, I'll just take my leave. Are you alright? Does it hurt anywhere? I'm okay. I'm sorry, Otogai-senpai. Seems I wasn't looking ahead of me. What about you? Are you okay, senpai? Yes, I'm alright. I'm very sturdy. So even if you threw yourself at me, I wouldn't be blown back. More importantly, you seem down. Did something happen? Anigo said the same thing to me. I was thinking I could pair with Anigo, so I guess it was a bigger shock than I imagined. Pair? What do you mean? There's going to be a cooking contest at school. We're supposed to join as pairs, so I came to invite Anigo to be my partner, but it turns out she made promises already, so it didn't work out. I see. If you're alright with me, I'll help. Huh? Oh, Otogai-senpai, that'd be a big help, but really? I can't say I'm good or bad at cooking, but I've observed Kanzaki's cooking for a while. Also, I've been studying the cuisine of this country, so I can make it myself now. It's a good chance, since I want to test out my abilities too. If you're alright with me, I'd like to form a pair with you, Nagumo. You're totally welcome, of course! I feel better with someone with cooking experience. Otogai-senpai, let's do our best! Yes, let's. So you two are gonna join too? Well, you don't stand a chance against me. Come on, Anzu. It seems the Garden Terrace kitchen's free to use, but it'd suck if other units get there first. Nagumo, what should we do? Well, the only way to improve is to practice. Let's head to the kitchen. Uh-oh. No, not the kitchen. Garden Terrace kitchen. Wow, there's a lot of people here. I wonder if they're all here to practice for the cooking contest. Come on, we gotta get started too. The kitchen at the back is open. Let's hurry, Otogai-senpai. Wait, Nagumo, your apron's coming off. Oh, I started going too fast and my apron got shifted, huh? Thanks, Otogai-senpai. There's so many ingredients here. We don't have to worry if we mess up. It smells like meat. Leave the meat to me. Though I'm good at both frying and boiling it. Yeah, you like meat too, Otogai-senpai? Boys really do grow strong if they eat meat, huh? Cause you look crazy strong, Otogai-senpai. That's right, I ate lots of meat and grew stronger. I used to be small, pushed around by my sisters. My sisters are still strong now, but in terms of physical strength, I'm above them. Thanks to that, they started making fewer unreasonable demands of me. While we were dawdling around, our good place got taken, Nagumo. What do you want to make? Ginger fried pork! I just need to put the sauce on and fry it, so it's pretty easy. I thought maybe it'd be easy enough for me too. I see. Then we'll need to make some pork. We'll need some pork. It seems Anzu and her partner are picking out ingredients too. I wonder what they will make. They appear to have some eggs in their hands. I want to know too, Aneko. What are you gonna make? Dashi maki? Like that fluffy, yummy fluffy rolled omelet dish? We're gonna make ginger fried pork. We're gonna make it tasty, so cheer for us. Hey, Anzu, how long are you gonna pick ingredients? I'm already over here, so hurry up. Oh, Sena-senpai is calling you. I'm gonna go back too, Aneko. May you have fortune in battle. Anzu, try to be quicker about it. Yeah, I heated up the pan already. Do you think you can explain why you're supposed to heat it? There you go. Seems you've been studying properly. The trick to making good dashimaki is preheating the pan before. With just a little step, you can make it really delicious. So don't try passing it off too much work. That's it. Don't mix the eggs too much. Pop any air bubbles that come up with your cooking chopsticks. How much dashi you want to add up is up to you. Oh, you're even measuring out the condiments. I guess this is the result of my teaching. To think just before, you didn't even know how to hold a knife, and your handling of ingredients was a total mess. Don't get distracted. Once the egg mixture fills up the pan, keep the shape and start rolling it towards you. Yeah, just like that. It looks okay. Though it's a shame it fell apart a little. You're asking me how it tastes? It's tasty enough. Though if it was gonna be fed to you, Kun, I'd rather have it better than this. What? Don't just start jumping up and down. Well, I guess that shows how happy you are. Wow, I was completely off. Otogai-senpai, I got the veggies to go with it. We just need to cook the main meat dish. Then leave the sauce to me. Understood. Here's the onions and ginger for grating. Thanks. I think this is enough. Oh, you grated it in the blink of an eye. Okay, then I'll put in the oil and fry the meat. Fry it all the way through. You seem in high spirits. I just started humming because it seems like it's going well. Nagumo, you're cooking it a bit too long. It'll burn like this. Turn down the flame. Alright, this next line is pretty hilarious. What? Otogai-senpai, you like your meat rare? I like it cooked thoroughly, all the way through. I really can't handle rare or medium. Cook it well, gobble it up. It's starting to smell burnt, Nagumo. I'm turning off the flame. What? No, you gotta cook it more or you'll get sick. You gotta cook it all the way so it's not raw. Oh my god. Oh no, he's sad. He's sad. Nagumo, don't feel down. By learning from failure, you can become stronger. Otogai-senpai, I'm sorry. Even though you told me to turn down the flame, I didn't listen to what you said and burned the meat. And the sauce you made, too. I held Otogai-senpai back, and with this, we'll be the laughingstock of the cooking contest. So, will you give up? No, I'm not giving up. I'm sorry for causing trouble to Otogai-senpai, but I still want to cook a dish that can be considered delicious. Even if making a complicated dish all of a sudden is difficult, at least I want to be able to cook meat decently. I see, so you haven't thrown in the towel. Understood. I'll go along with this all the time to the end, until Nagumo becomes able to cook the meat. First of all, as for sukayaki, cooking degree, just brown it enough. Once the outside gets cooked, flip it over and cook it just the same. Yes sir! Flip the meat when it's brown, right? What about the temperature? Is high heat alright? Medium heat. There is also a way to cook the meat over high heat right away and get it tastier. But we will go with medium heat today. Medium heat then. Put the meat in the frying pan, cook it over medium heat. That way's good. Now let's cook the other side just the same. Flip it over already? Look, it's still raw here. I'm gonna cook it completely. Nagumo, why are you putting up the flame? It's already brown, so it'll burn again if you don't weaken the flame. Oh my god, Tetora is so stubborn! I'm worried that I end up rare. I want to cook it more. I want to cook it till it's crisp. The meat has burned. This can't be eaten anymore. I failed again. I'm stupid. A genuine idiot. Don't blame yourself too much. Maybe my teaching was bad. Let's try once more. Luckily, there are still ingredients. If you don't give up, you can make a way. You can make a way. Go for it, Nagumo. Yes, sir! Otogai-senpai, please look. This time, I won't burn the meat. Anzu, don't look away. Where's the concentration you had until now? Well, I can understand why you're distracted though. If there was someone doing dangerous things near me, I looked that way too. Hey, did that guy burn it again? Come on, I can't watch this anymore. You two stop! Turn the flame off right now. What? Senna-senpai, we're in the middle of cooking the meat. We'll turn off the flame after we're finished.
うるさい
Don't talk back to me, okay? Answer yes to what I say. Got it? If you got it, answer. Yes, sir.
生意
It's
気
not yes, sir. It's yes, right? Yes. Senna-senpai's severe, isn't he? It's the first time I've been scolded so mercilessly. Senna-senpai, I turned off the flame. I mean, why did Aneko and Senna-senpai come here? You two, weren't you practicing cooking?
ま
Ugh, I could just watch. It's just cooking meat, right? Why did you cook the meat until it's burnt? I can't believe it. You know, sorry, Theo. Izumi is Gordon Ramsay, and Tetora is just like one of the workers. Put two bread between them. What are you? An idiot sandwich? If it's like that, then I'll teach you from scratch. You don't just put the oil in the frying pan like that. If you put so much at once, it'll spurter, you know.
すんません
I'm sorry. I'll be careful.
は
I'm sorry? You mean I'm sorry, right? Did you forget already? I'll hammer into your head. Try saying sorry. I'm sorry. Where's the lamb song? That's right. Be careful next time. Well, then do as I say. First put the oil into the... Don't put it all in one go. There. Just let's cook the meats. Don't increase the flame. Leave it just like this. Just as it is.
ちょっ
Don't
と
fidget. Stand up straight. I told you to leave the flame as it is, didn't I? Why did you turn on high heat? Are you ears just for show or something? Sorry. I'm sorry.
ダメだ
Stop, Senna-senpai. Nagamo's about to cry. I'm okay. If a man cries with just this much, he'll be laughed at. But after all, I don't feel the meat's been cooked enough this way. If we don't cook it with all our might, it'll be no good, Senna-senpai. Huh? It's cooked enough. What are you doing? Turn off the flame. You'll start a fire, you know.
あのさ
Hey, I told you to leave the flame just as it was, didn't I? Even though it was cooking well, it burnt because you strained the flame. Hey, why didn't you obey what I said? I don't know either. At this rate, I have cause trouble for Otegari-senpai. If we participate in the cooking contest but burnt the ingredients black, being judged by the judges is out of the question. What should I do? It's pathetic to spit complaints like this, so I don't know. Jeez, it can't be helped. I'll show you how you're supposed to do it. Open your eyes wide and look. Okay? Put the oil in the frying pan, cook over medium heat, flip it when it's browned. And done. How is it? Easy, right? That's right. It does look really easy. It's strange that I burn the meat over and over. Yup, actually burning the meat is difficult. If it's burnt, no matter how bad at cooking one is, even dates would stop the flame, right? But you're different.
わ
Do
かった
you intend to strain the flame and cook stubbornly? That's why it ends up smelling scorched black. First of all, be aware of that. Otherwise, you'll fail the same way over and over.
うん
You don't learn by failing over and over again. When you fail, be aware of what was wrong. Well, here's the question. Why was the meat burnt? You have 10 seconds. Of course, that's because I strengthened the flame.
うん
Yes. It's not that you're not a genuine idiot, right? But I mean, even though you yourself knew the cause, why did you strengthen the flame? I told you earlier, I don't understand either. Every time I regret doing it, but... Even though I noticed, I failed again. It seems like this meat can still be eaten. The meat Senna-senpai cooked looks delicious, too. Let's eat it before it gets cold. Oh, Adonis. Anzu, do not stare at the meat. Do you want to eat too? Since Anzu's small, eat a lot and become big. I'll give Anzu the best meat. You don't want it? I see. I thought you wanted it because you were looking at it eagerly, but it seemed it was my misunderstanding. Nagumo? Ah, so you were thinking about the cause why Nagumo cooks the meat too much? Even though Nagumo himself was aware, it looks like he overcooked it. Oh, apparently I just missed something earlier. Does he have some... Sorry, this is still Adonis. Does he have some kind of trauma? Did he have a hard time of it in the past? Trauma? I love meat. But not long ago, I got sick from eating rare meat. Is that the cause? Perhaps that's why you overcook it. It seems to be unconscious. But, though, he cooks it too much because he thinks it'll be safer the more he turns on the flame, right? Yeah, I didn't notice myself. So with this, the reason why Nagumo overcooks the meat has been proven. However, it's a psychological problem, so it will probably take time to overcome. But hey, if there's a reason, overcooking it every time is problematic, you know? Ingredients are going to waste. But it's not that Nagumo has any bad intentions either. You're being too complacent. Since you're participating in the contest together, you should be the most bothered one, right? Wearing ingredients black to disagree. This is more than enough of a problem at this rate. Isn't the contest completely out of the question? That's right. It's just like Sena-senpai says. I can't keep going on like this. Nagumo Tetora, for the sake of the contest, will be born again. I thought you would just be overwhelmed by my nagging, but surprisingly, you do have some backbone. I don't like your type, but I wonder if I can evaluate you once again. Really? Being approved by Sena-senpai is a step forward. I'll turn on the fire with motivation.
Oi.
Hey, what a fuss. What are you doing, Gary here? Taisho! Isn't it Tetsu and Little Miss Anzu too? There's quite a lot of people, aren't there? Are we having a party now? We're practicing for a cooking contest. What about you, Kiryu?
Oh.
Nah, I was cooking a meal in the cafeteria. I was a little hungry, but... So a cooking contest. Oh, this next picture is adorable. Why the hell is Tetsu here too?
Nanda?
You can't say? Then there's no way I'll ask. No way? No way, it's not a secret to Taisho at all. I mean, I wouldn't do that. I'm participating in the cooking contest. There are various reasons, but the first one is that I like to repay Taisho for all the things he's done for me. Taisho's always making me lunch, isn't he? That makes me incredibly happy, so I want to treat Taisho to delicious dishes too. If I participate in the cooking contest, it's sure to raise my cooking skills. And I want to make supper too, since I feel grateful to Taisho. I'm used to cooking and all, you know, so you don't have to worry about it. It's better than just a convenience store lunchbox, isn't it? Taisho. Hey, Tetsu, won't you let me help you? No way! I feel really guilty if I receive help from Taisho. It's okay if I give you advice, right? Judging from appearances, looks like the Little Miss and company are participating in the cooking contest too. So if they look after Tetsu, they won't be able to practice themselves, will they? Well, since it's your junior, look after him properly, will you? Anzu, you shouldn't get distracted either. Let's start the cooking practice immediately. Well then, Tagari, are you a contestant too? I plan to participate by joining as Nagumo's pair. Taisho! It's a requirement for a contest to be participating in pairs. Anego's partner is Sena-senpai, and mine is Otagari-senpai. I see. Otagari, can you cook? I'm good with meat dishes. Things like skewering and baking, or boiling it all the way in a pot. And what I'm cooking now is a meat dish too. I see. Even though you have Otagari, it's not going well? What the heck are you cooking? Shogayaki! I asked my classmates and they said shogayaki is easy to make. Certainly, it's easy and delicious.
Tetsu.
Tets, I'll leave the cooking to you. So will you stop when it's cooked just enough? Yes, sir! This time, I'll do my best for sure! Otagai-senpai, why are you fiddling with the heat adjustment button? It's me who's cooking the meat. It's just in case. This way, even if Naoko tries to touch it, it won't be tampered with, right? Leave it to me. I'm good at using my physical strength. This time, I shall do my best as a partner, so that Nagumo won't burn the meat. This is so adorable. This is the type of like stories I want to read. It's just so cute. It's like interactions with everyone. Well then, shall we start? Tets, put the oil in the frying pan. Okay, here goes the oil. I was told by Sensei not to put it in one go, but little by little, is this much okay?
Oh.
Yeah. Next, put the flame on medium hot heat and start cooking the meat. Otagai-senpai, please adjust the meat, the flame. You can count on me. Okay then, I'll put the meat in, cook it till it gets brown, flip it over. Even so, I have the feeling that it's early to flip it over. Isn't it still rare? But I must have patience. Patience. Otagai-senpai, isn't it useless if you don't straighten the flame more before flipping it over? No! I can't endure it! I won't calm down if I don't cook it over a higher flame! Otagai-senpai, move back from there!
Yada.
I refuse. I was flatly rejected? I can't bear it! I want to adjust the flame!
Tetsu.
Tetsu, it's already brown, so flip it over. Huh? Flip it over already? With this heat, won't it be useless not to cook it more thoroughly?
Yeah.
That's... Calm down. It's okay, so flip it over. Yes, I cooked a lot of meat, so I know. You must flip it over now. Believe in us. For a man, it'd be wrong to betray what I've been told. As a man, I'll believe in Taisho and Otagai-senpai. Aha!
Izo.
Good. If the other side is also brown, put on the sauce.
Ush.
Ah, that's right. That's right, isn't it? Mix this thing together with the meat and it'll be complete with the sauce when the sauce disappears. It's okay to stop the fire already. The smell is savory. It's whetting my appetite.
Oi.
Tets, let's arrange the shokoyaki on plate. Tets? Is the shokoyaki finished for real? And I didn't burn the meat? Congratulations, Nagumo. Oh, Tagai-senpai, I finally did it. I'll arrange it on the plate and done. With this, it's finished. What's wrong? Is the shokoyaki finally complete? Sensei-senpai, anego. That's right. Please look at this. This color. It's whet your appetite just by watching. I don't think that's a great amount of sauce though. Should I give you a passing mark? But let me just say this. You spent too much time for one shokoyaki. If I were the judge, I would reject you out of a bad execution. Well, even so, acknowledging your attitude of not giving up until the end, you get a passing mark if we deduct various things. So, keep doing your best. Yes! I'll work hard to be on par with Sena-senpai and company at the cooking contest. You're bragging so much, how cheeky. I guess we'll have to beat you completely. Please don't be too hard on me. Taisho, the first dish we cooked without me burning the meat. Can you taste it? I'm fine. You can eat it with otagari.
Yeah.
No, it's better if we're not the only ones tasting it. Or if we're not the ones to taste. Since we ourselves don't eat in a contest, I would like you to taste it. How is it? Is it hard? Is it crunchy? If my stomach hurts. If your stomach hurts, you better go to the infirmary. I'll run and check if Sagami-sensei is there. Calm down, Tetsu. My stomach doesn't hurt, and the mouthfeel isn't bad either. The shokoyaki is delicious as usual. I feel like eating white rice. Shokoyaki goes well with steaming white rice after all. Taisho, I'm happy you're eating it so heartily. Oh, Senpai, we did it! With this, we can participate in the contest too! I'm glad. Let's eat too.
うまい
Delicious. The sauce is soaked in the meat. I understand Kiryu-senpai's feeling of wanting white rice. Anzu is nodding repeatedly too. Wait, I feel the vegetables of the garnish are insufficient. Despite all sugiyaki is greasy because it's meat, so I want to make arrangements about this. Otagai, I'll give you some meat, so if you have lettuce left over, distribute it over here. Is that alright? In the meat and lettuce trade, Senpai is at a disadvantage. Let's add a cherry tomato too. Well, I accept. Okay, there you go, the meat.
ほう
Senpai is kind. I was always offered to eat vegetables by my sisters, but I was not offered meat. Because of my home, it's the survival of the fittest. Meat runs out in the blink of an eye. The weak have no choice but to endure hunger with vegetables.
まあ
I just gave it to you because I don't like greasy things like meat though.
ありがとう
Thank you, Senpai.
Hmm.
With this, we have the ingredients in our hands. I don't know if we'll be able to win or not, but I feel we'll be on the right track if we get more practice.
あ
Nagumo, let's do our best together.
うっせ
That's right. With the spirit, we'll aim for the victory in the cooking contest. I'll faithfully follow Taisho's teachings. Put the oil in the frying pan, cook it over medium heat. What? The popping oil splattered. Ouch, it's hot.
どう
Let's
したらいいっすか
weaken the flame. Wait, I put it on high heat? The meat's burnt black in an instant. Why? Hey, is everything alright? Damn it, I can't stand looking at you. You're still such a handful. Oh no. So, okay, well, we know why he cooks everything so high heat.